안녕. Welcome back. This lesson we have a topic for those of you who are spending a lot of time in Korea. For example, those of you who might work or are studying there, because work and school can get boring, and meetups are a great way to find new friends who have similar interests. While there are meetups for any hobby, including learning Korean, some especially common meetups are for hiking and bike riding. So today's conversation is about someone who joins a bike riding meetup for their very first time. So let's just listen to the conversation and then we'll go over it in detail and see what we can learn from it.
안녕하세요. 여기가 그 라이딩 모임 맞나요? 네, 혹시 오늘 참석한다고 연락 주신 재진님? 네네, 재진이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요, 재진님. 환영해요. 감사합니다. 제가 서울에서 하는 라이딩은 처음이어서요. 잘 부탁드려요. 저희도 잘 부탁드려요. 이거 지난주에 새로 나온 모델 맞죠? 네, 그거 맞아요. 어제 배송받았어요. 와, 이거 구하기 진짜 힘들다는데 어떻게 구하셨어요? 친구가 선수하고 있어서 대신 구해줬어요. 친구분이 선수하고 있는 거면 재진 씨도 자전거 오래 타셨나 봐요. 아니요, 저는 초보예요. 한 1, 2년밖에 안 됐어요. 저도 작년부터 타기 시작했어요. 저희는 입문한 지 얼마 안 된 분들도 꽤 있으셔서 잘 맞으실 거예요. 안 그래도 고수분들만 계시면 어쩌나 싶어서 걱정했는데 다행이네요. 근데 아까 서울 라이딩이 처음이라고 하신 것 같은데 원래는 다른 지역에 계셨어요? 네, 저 대구에서 쭉 살다가 서울 올라온 지 2달 됐어요. 대구요? 사투리 하나도 안 쓰시는데요? 네, 부모님이 2분 다 서울 분이셔서 그런지 저는 사투리를 안 쓰는 것 같더라고요. 그러시구나. 오늘은 안 오셨는데 대구에서 오신 분 2분 더 계세요. 오, 언제 한번 뵐 수 있으면 좋겠네요. 아마 다음 모임에는 나오실 거예요. 오늘 오실 분들 다 오신 것 같은데 이제 슬슬 출발할까요?
Okay, now let's take a look at this conversation one line at a time. And of course, remember to take notes so that you can check them later on.
안녕하세요. 여기가 그 라이딩 모임 맞나요?
Hello, is this the writing meeting? 그 can be used as a filler word when you're not sure what to say or what to call something. 맞다, meaning to be correct or right, can be used after a noun, often together with the subject marker to ask if something is correct, or to say that it is correct. Here, 라이딩 모임 맞나요? Literally means this is the writing meeting, correct?
네, 혹시 오늘 참석한다고 연락 주신 재진님?
Yes, by chance are you Jae-jin, who contacted me saying you're attending today? 님 is a polite title that's commonly used when talking about a stranger or someone who you're not close with. 님 is more polite than 씨, and unlike 씨, which is only used after names, 님 can also be used on its own.
네네, 재진이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
Yes, my name's Jae-jin. Nice to meet you. Notice how Jae-jin uses the formal 합니다 instead of the informal 해요. The 니다 form is not only used in formal situations, but is commonly used when meeting other people for the first time, especially when you want to sound extra respectful. In addition, the 니다 form is necessary with certain expressions, such as 반갑습니다, 감사합니다, 죄송합니다, 잘 먹겠습니다, and others except for in casual situations or with acquaintances.
안녕하세요, 재진님. 환영해요.
Hello, Jae-jin. Welcome.
감사합니다. 제가 서울에서 하는 라이딩은 처음이어서요. 잘 부탁드려요.
Thank you. Since it's my first time riding in Seoul, please take good care of me. Here, using 처음 literally means riding in Seoul is my first. But since 처음 means first time, a more natural translation here is it's my first time riding in Seoul. 잘 부탁드려요 is a common expression used to request someone to take care of something for you. This expression means I ask you to do me this favor. Here, it has the meaning of please take good care of me, since it's Taejin's first time. This expression can be made using 부탁하다, or the humble version 부탁드리다 to be extra polite.
저희도 잘 부탁드려요. 이거 지난주에 새로 나온 모델 맞죠?
Please also take care of us too. Oh, this is the model that came out last week, right? 저희 is the plural form of 저, meaning I or me, and is a part of humble speech. It can be used when speaking extra politely. Remember that 새로 means something new happens, or something happens again in a new way. Here, it's a new model that was released.
네, 그거 맞아요. 어제 배송받았어요.
Yes, that's right. I was delivered it yesterday. 배송받다 literally means that a delivery is received, or something is received by delivery. Here, a more natural translation would be, I got it yesterday.
와, 이거 구하기 진짜 힘들다는데 어떻게 구하셨어요?
Wow, I heard this is really difficult to get, but how did you get it? 힘들다는데 comes from 힘이 들다, meaning to be hard or difficult, and the quoting form 다고하다, meaning someone says, ending with the 대 form. 다고하는데 is commonly shortened to 다는데. To say that something is hard or difficult to do, use an action verb stem with 기가 and the verb 힘들다. Alternatively, to say that something is easy to do, use the verb 쉽다, meaning to be easy.
친구가 선수하고 있어서 대신 구해줬어요.
My friend is a professional athlete, so they got it for me. Here, 선수, meaning player or athlete, is referring to being a professional cyclist. A more natural translation for this sentence is, my friend is a professional cyclist, so they got it for me. 대신에 can be used after a noun or on its own as an adverb to mean instead of, or in exchange for something. Or more naturally, this can translate as for someone. Here, the friend got the bicycle for Taejin. The 에 can be added optionally.
친구분이 선수하고 있는 거면 재진 씨도 자전거 오래 타셨나 봐요.
If your friend is a professional athlete, I guess you also rode a bicycle for a long time. 고 있는 거면 uses the 고 있다 form with 것, meaning thing, and the 으면 form, meaning if.
아니요, 저는 초보예요. 한 1, 2년밖에 안 됐어요.
No, I'm a beginner. It's only been about 1 or 2 years. Remember that you can use the verb 되다 in the past tense to say that an amount of time has passed. Here, 1, 2년밖에 안 됐어요 literally means it hasn't been only 1 or 2 years. Or more naturally, it's only been 1 or 2 years.
저도 작년부터 타기 시작했어요. 저희는 입문한 지 얼마 안 된 분들도 꽤 있으셔서 잘 맞으실 거예요.
I also started writing from last year. For us, there are also quite a number of people who it hasn't been long since we began, so you'll get along well with the others. 기 시작하다 attaches to an action verb stem and means to start doing that verb. 얼마 means how much when talking about an unknown quantity or amount, or about some quantity or amount. Here, it means an unknown amount of time. A more natural translation is some time. 얼마 안 된 uses 얼마 with 안 되다, meaning time does not pass, and can literally translate as some time did not pass, or more naturally, it has not been a long time. 꽤 있다 is used to mean that there are quite, or rather, a number or amount of something. 잘 맞다 means that someone matches well with others, or that they click or get along well. Here it's used with honorific speech as 잘 맞으실 거예요. You will match well, or you will get along. A more natural way to translate this sentence could be, I also started writing last year. There are also quite a lot of people here who haven't been writing for long, so you'll be just fine.
안 그래도 고수분들만 계시면 어쩌나 싶어서 걱정했는데 다행이네요.
Either way, I was worried because I wondered what to do if there were only pros, but that's lucky. 안 그래도 comes from the negative form of 그러다, meaning to do so or to say so, and literally means even if you don't do or say so. It's used to mean no need to say it because either way. 고수분 is 고수 with the honorific word 분 attached. It's common to attach 분, meaning person, after a noun that's about a person in order to make the word honorific. So far we saw 친구분 for friend and 친척분 for relative used in this way. However, 분 is not attached to every noun like this, and other nouns might use 님 or separate words to become honorific. It's best to simply memorize these words individually as you find them. 어쩌나 is from the verb 어쩌다, which is similar to 어떻게 하다, meaning to do how, and means what do I do? It uses the 나요 or 가요 question ending. Here, 어쩌나 is used together with 싶다, which means to wonder or to worry about something. Together, 어쩌나 싶다 means to wonder or worry what to do. Note that 싶다 can also mean to want when used in the 고 싶다 form. However, 싶다 is not used on its own outside of several forms. Here, 나 싶다 or 가 싶다 being one. Remember that 걱정하다 means someone is actively worrying about something.
근데 아까 서울 라이딩이 처음이라고 하신 것 같은데 원래는 다른 지역에 계셨어요?
By the way, a moment ago I thought you said it was your first time riding in Seoul, but were you originally in a different region?
네, 저 대구에서 쭉 살다가 서울 올라온 지 2달 됐어요.
Yes, I lived in Daegu for a long time, and it's been 2 months since I came up to Seoul. Daegu is located in the southeast and is one of the largest cities in South Korea. It's also well known for its unique dialect, although nowadays many people from this area speak the same as in Seoul or anywhere else. 쭉 means straight in a line, but can also refer to time, in which case it can mean for a long, continuous amount of time, just like a straight line. 살다가 uses the 다가 form, which attaches to an action verb stem and means that something happens immediately after something else. The first action is interrupted and isn't completed, and then the second action happens after that. Here, 살다가 means that Taejin lived in Daegu, but then stopped living in Daegu and came to Seoul. This form can also commonly translate as while, but here can more naturally translate as and then. 올라오다 comes from 오르다, meaning to go up or to climb, and 오다, to come, and here means to come up to Seoul.
대구요? 사투리 하나도 안 쓰시는데요?
대구? But you don't use any dialect. 사투리 means any kind of dialect. Standard Korean without dialect is called 표준어, Standard Korean. And this is the type of Korean which is taught in textbooks and classrooms, as well as used in newspapers, essays, and anything official. However, much of spoken Korean will not be perfect Standard Korean. Even Koreans in Seoul might use dialect, unique pronunciation and intonation, as well as words and expressions. 하나도 literally means even one, and is used with a negative verb to mean not even one, or even a little.
네, 부모님이 2분 다 서울 분이셔서 그런지 저는 사투리를 안 쓰는 것 같더라고요.
Yes, I think perhaps because both of my parents were from Seoul, I don't use dialect. 서울분 literally means Seoul person, and 분, meaning person, can be attached after any location to mean someone who's from that location. It can be used in the same way as 사람 or 인. For example, 미국인 or 미국 사람 is an American, and 미국분 is also an American using honorific speech. The 서 form can be used together with 그런지, which comes from 그렇다, meaning to be so, and the 지 ending, meaning whether or not. Together it means whether or not because, but more naturally is used to make a guess about the reason for something. This can naturally translate as maybe or perhaps.
그러시구나. 오늘은 안 오셨는데 대구에서 오신 분 두 분 더 계세요.
I see. They didn't come today, but there are two more people who came from Daegu. 그러시구나 comes from 그렇다, meaning to be so, the honorific ending 으시다, and the 구나 ending. This has the same meaning as 그렇구나, meaning I see or aha, but shows extra respect toward the person who you're reacting to. Note that since it ends with 구나, it's still casual speech. It's fine here because the speaker is only using it to themselves like they're talking out loud and without direct eye contact.
오, 언제 한번 뵐 수 있으면 좋겠네요.
Oh, I hope that I can meet them sometime. 뵈다 is the humble version of 보다, meaning to see, and is used when seeing or meeting someone when you want to show extra respect. 언제, meaning when, can also be used outside of questions to mean sometime or anytime.
아마 다음 모임에는 나오실 거예요. 오늘 오실 분들 다 오신 것 같은데 이제 슬슬 출발할까요?
They'll probably come out to the next meeting. I think the people who will come today have all arrived. So shall we leave now? 슬슬 means that something happens slowly and soon, and is used frequently with words that mean leaving to mean that it's about time to leave. In this way, it's used to mean now without rushing. Now that we've gone over everything, let's listen to the full conversation one more time completely and try to follow along using what we've learned.
안녕하세요. 여기가 그 라이딩 모임 맞나요? 네, 혹시 오늘 참석한다고 연락 주신 재진님? 네네, 재진이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요, 재진님. 환영해요. 감사합니다. 제가 서울에서 하는 라이딩은 처음이어서요. 잘 부탁드려요. 저희도 잘 부탁드려요. 이거 지난주에 새로 나온 모델 맞죠? 네, 그거 맞아요. 어제 배송받았어요. 와, 이거 구하기 진짜 힘들다는데 어떻게 구하셨어요? 친구가 선수하고 있어서 대신 구해줬어요. 친구분이 선수하고 있는 거면 재진 씨도 자전거 오래 타셨나 봐요. 아니요, 저는 초보예요. 한 1, 2년밖에 안 됐어요. 저도 작년부터 타기 시작했어요. 저희는 입문한 지 얼마 안 된 분들도 꽤 있으셔서 잘 맞으실 거예요. 안 그래도 고수분들만 계시면 어쩌나 싶어서 걱정했는데 다행이네요. 근데 아까 서울 라이딩이 처음이라고 하신 것 같은데 원래는 다른 지역에 계셨어요? 네, 저 대구에서 쭉 살다가 서울 올라온 지 2달 됐어요. 대구요? 사투리 하나도 안 쓰시는데요? 네, 부모님이 두 분 다 서울 분이셔서 그런지 저는 사투리를 안 쓰는 것 같더라고요. 그러시구나. 오늘은 안 오셨는데 대구에서 오신 분 두 분 더 계세요. 오, 언제 한번 뵐 수 있으면 좋겠네요. 아마 다음 모임에는 나오실 거예요. 오늘 오실 분들 다 오신 것 같은데 이제 슬슬 출발할까요?
And that's all for this lesson. Remember that natural Korean conversations can range in difficulty from beginner level all the way to advanced. So take your time and practice everything in this lesson, and I'll see you again in the next lesson. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!